Okay, here we go. So, welcome to the HVAC Game School community, our Saturday Unlock Your Membership Value live call. And it's good to see you here. I have my notes down here, so I might be looking down once in a while, to see what we're doing. But it's good that you are here. And we basically are going through the different value points of the school community. We're going to cover what the school community is, why we chose the school community. We are going to go over the different aspects of the HVAC game school community specifically. Then we are going to go over the goals of the community in general, the purpose, and we're also going to have question and answer session. I'm going to have a little break in between after I go over everything, so you can ask questions, and then also all the way in the end if you have any feedback or questions. So first of all, I want to cover why Skool. And the basic purpose behind Skool is it was started by Sam Owens. He's the founder of Skool. And he basically found he was working for a company before that was doing courses, online courses specifically. And he found that a lot of courses, a lot of people that started courses, they wouldn't finish them. They would just come there, they would learn something specific, they would get a question answered, and then they would drop the course. And over time, while he did it, he also found that courses that have communities attached to it, like let's say you have a course on how to handle your finances, and then they have a Facebook group attached to it, people would start the course, not finish it, and then gravitate towards the Facebook group to get additional questions answered because they got their original question answered, and now they're more in the field and they are finding out, okay, this is what I'm doing. Now, what else is there? What other question do I have? They're getting new questions. They want to get those questions answered. And then they're looking for the personal connection, the personal touch. They're trying to connect with other people. They wanted to have personal connections. So Sam Owens, he's like, okay, if people want the personal connection, why don't we just make something that's focused on the personal connection that has a classroom and course element to it, but that focuses on the personal connection. And then he went out and started Skool, and it's really focused on the interconnection, the community, the collaboration, and you have a big part is the classroom because that's where people learn, that's where they get their initial question answered. But then you also have other people that you can connect up with, that you can ask questions and expand even more and get more value out of it. So it's basically an actual social media because one thing that I've noticed, and I've been doing Instagram for a year now, a lot of comments that you get if you mess up something little here or there, they're very negative. And also in Facebook groups, I just find if you're asking an actual question where you want to get an answer, there's a lot of negativity and not really a straight answer. It's like, hey, this is how you do it. So you have to overcome yourself to ask the question, and then you have to overcome the people giving you an answer that might or might not be good. And then you also have to overcome all the negativity. So I really wanted to focus on Skool because also Alex Hormozi is somebody that I follow. He's a very good entrepreneur and he has a very great mindset, and he's basically the marketing person for Skool now. So I was like, okay, let's give Skool a shot. And I did an original survey on Instagram and found out that people were interested in the community. So I just started and it just developed from there. But that's really why I'm using Skool, because of the personal relationship that you can establish there as well. Good. So now I want to share the Skool because we're going to go into specifically, let me see, sharing. Okay. Just let me know in the chat that you can actually see it. Can you see the chat? Yes, yes, maybe. Can you just let me know that you're seeing the screen? That you're
Yes,
seeing the,
I
yes.
see the screen.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Good. So then we're starting. So this is the school community, and I want to just go over the different value points of the community we have, because most of the people come for troubleshooting and electrical wiring diagrams. So I want to jump into that first. This is how it looks like when you first log in. But then when you click up here, you have your different tabs. You can go in the classroom. The way this is laid out is it's a natural progression, basically. You have the introduction here, and you go into system components, troubleshooting, and then it goes more and more. So if you start out, this is really the getting started, which is a very similar video to this, but it just focuses on the community and the value you can get out of the community. So feel free to look over that, but I'm going to cover basically everything that's in there now in this call. You have the option to download the app, and I highly recommend downloading the app. I don't know if you're watching this on your desktop or if you're watching it on the phone, but a lot of people come from Instagram because that's where I'm biggest. So a lot of people are on their phone, and it's also an option. You can download it on iOS, on Android, and it is just for you to take the app with you. The layout is very similar to what you see here. And it also provides you with the additional benefit of being able to take pictures, upload pictures from when you're in the field and get troubleshooting help. If you're on a call, for example, and you want to get feedback, you can take a picture, you can upload it, and it's just more available for you. Then I have a video here. That's what I hope you get out of it. We have some rules, some frequently asked questions, and that's just it. That's just the beginning. It's very quick. It should be done. I mean, you can do that very quickly. And then in the beginning, how I started out is, well, honestly, I started out with maintenance because I wanted to make this a maintenance community. That's where I come from a maintenance background. So, but then I found out that a lot of people were interested in troubleshooting. So then I focused more on troubleshooting. You can see that this is pretty much all built out. You have your tabs on the left side here, and it's pretty much laid out. You just follow it from top to bottom. You have what is troubleshooting, and you have a little icon here on the right, on the top right, where you can mark your unit as complete. So you see your progress bar, 80%. You click on it, jumps to 84%. You can watch the video, read through this, and then you just move on to the next lesson. The same procedure. And I mean, you can look through this on your own as well, but I just want to give you an overview. And then usually I have all of this as my stuff, and then I have some bonuses. And sometimes I have also very good YouTube videos because YouTube is a very good resource, but there's so much options of what you can choose that sometimes you don't want to watch like a half an hour video to find out if something answers your actual question. And that's also why I try to keep my videos very short, as you can see, like 2 to 3, maybe like max 10, 15 minutes, because I hate trying to get one piece of information on YouTube and having to watch a half an hour video just to find one piece of information. But anyways, there's some useful resources down here. Like for example, this, I mean, this is 10 minutes troubleshooting for beginners specifically. And I did this course. That was the first one I really built out. And I realized, okay, if you want to really troubleshoot, you need to understand system components. If you are certain in your system components and understanding the systems, feel free to skip this part. But this is really all the different components of the system. And all the videos are very short because I'm just covering that specific component. I just go over, okay, what is the condenser? What is the condenser fan? What is a filter dryer? You see? So these are all very quick, and it's always good to refresh your memory on stuff. If you feel a little bit uncertain, then go through this. And here we have our troubleshooting 201. That is more like in-depth troubleshooting calls, which after I did the 101 course, where it's all the basics, how do you approach it? How is the procedure? I go and take you along with me on my troubleshooting calls. And as you can see, these are longer because I literally arrive on the job site. I say, okay, this is the problem. This is what we're here for. I go through, okay, how do I approach it? How do I think through it? Why do I do certain things? Why I do this at a certain time? And I really take you along with me. So it's literally like you would be my apprentice just coming onto the service call with me. So I hope these are really good. I've been getting good feedback on these so far. They just take a long time to edit and put together because they're longer and take a long time. I have several more that I have readied. I just need to finish editing them. But you can see like how to place compressor. And these are really like from start to finish. These are like troubleshooting. This is a very specific video on this. So feel free to watch that as well. I mean, this could be maintenance, but it's also on troubleshooting because many times you have to replace motors and stuff like this. So that's that. Let's see here. What do we have? Exactly. So then we're going into electrical wiring diagrams. And if you have trouble with electrical wiring diagrams, I would really recommend looking at those. This is really how you relate wiring diagrams to the unit in in the field. And if you have feedback on that, if there's some other things that you would like to see, please let me know so I can make more specific videos on this. But this should help you a lot if you're confused about electrical wiring diagrams. And that's really that. We have our replays for our live calls on Wednesdays. And then just one more thing on the resources, I really want to cover this very quickly, is we have different apps that we're recommending. We have abbreviations, and it's just a good resource point for you. That's why I wanted to show you quickly. There's some rules of thumbs, which, some pressures, some the ambient plus 30 rules. So this is just something that's for quick reference. And then we also have a glossaries if you have questions on specific HVAC terms. And also, I'm very open to feedback. So if you've looked through this, there's something that you find missing, you can definitely reach out to me, let me know, because I'm still growing, building, and I want to make it as good of a resource for you as possible. Also, for the future, I would love to have a sort of one-on-one mentorship or tutoring, coaching, apprenticeship, whatever word you want to use there. But I would love to have courses. It's probably going to be paid because I'm trying to find um, technicians that are really good in a certain area. And you can basically make it like a buy now, for example. It's like, for example, 101 coaching. Let's say you have somebody that's really good on brazing procedure and you are uncertain about brazing. So then I would love to collaborate with other technicians that are very experienced in the field, get them into the community and provide one-on-one coaching for you. And obviously, if you have one-on-one, you're taking time from them that they're using for something and you're allocating it to you. So there's always a cost involved. So it's probably going to be a costing a one-time purchase. But I would love to have that in the future where you can just unlock specific things to add to your knowledge base on what you're most efficient in. And you can just say, okay, I need low voltage troubleshooting. And then you find somebody that's like a total pro on low voltage troubleshooting and you just get, I don't know, whatever time you need with them specifically to like unlock that full potential for you and just get you to the next level. And also here you have once you hit level 7 in the community, which we're going to go over soon, you'll get free lifetime access. So those are really for the classroom. Now we're going to go into the community, which this is the community. This is where you start. This is where you arrive when you first log in. You have all of your posts here. And if you want to, like, you just click on them, you see what they're all about. This is obviously the live call we're having now. Then let's say Wednesday drive to work. So this is from Victoria. You go through, it's pretty self-explanatory, but you can go through, you can click jump to latest comment if there's a lot of comments, and then you write your comment. This is awesome. That's what I would say. Then you make a like this, just being funny. Okay. Then you comment. So now it's here. This is how you post. If you find something that's very good, for example, Victoria shared this on how the HVAC system works. If that provides value to you, there's a thing that's you like the comment, which then gives that person points. And you can see up here, there's a little number, 5. You have like 328 points to level up. But there's little things that unlock, and you can see that up here. I'm just going to jump over here really quick to explain this. You have the leaderboards, and you are unlocking different courses with those leaderboards. So engaging and sharing and providing value. If somebody provides value to you, make sure that you like their post or their comment, because that also helps to grow everyone in the community, to give them more access. I will be working on more things that we can unlock here, special things. If you have ideas of what you would like to see there, you can definitely let me know so we can make it a game and make it more like, okay, you're sharing and then you're giving something and you're getting something in return as well. So that's that. If you want to post, you just click on here, let's say you're in the field and you say you have a carrier troubleshooting, let's say. Then you say, hey, need help with this. Provide maybe the model number, like you say whatever to say. Let's say you're unsure about the pressures or the problem with pressures. What does this mean? that says like you can enter whatever you would like there. Then let's say it's always good to give a model, but you can click up here, you add an attachment. I'm just gonna use this as a picture attachment right now, but you would have your phone, you would have your picture, you're in the field, you just attach it. You can attach up to 5 pictures. Then you select your category. Obviously, this is air conditioning, so you click HVAC, and then you just click post. And then you see it will be here, carrier troubleshooting. So it will be here, then people can click on it. They can see, okay, this is the picture. It's like, hey, did you check if your condenser is dirty? That's a very common thing. So then somebody can answer, and then you get notified and you know that they answered to you. That's just an example. That's how you do that. If you want to sort through the community, because obviously there's a lot of posts, a lot of people comment and post on different things. We have a general category, which is just really everything. But let's say you want to look for tools and you want to see did anybody have tools recommendations for me. See, John, he has like really awesome tools, just saying. And he keeps his tools very nice. So you can just go through and see how he maintains his stuff, what he has, what he's using, what he has success with. Then this is me. I bought these. They're actually really nice lights, so I should probably post some more on these. That's a category. You can go over. We have a trivia game that we have every Tuesday, and there's just little questions. So you can go through and sort it based on that. And then there's another really underrated value, which I don't know how many people use that, is you have a search bar up here. And let's say you want to look for compressor. You have a problem with the compressor. You just type in search, and you get all the posts in the community that have that keyword in it. So you see all of this. And also, which is super sexy, you get all the answers from the classroom. So you can literally search for anything. Let's search for low voltage, for example. That's what I get a lot of questions about. So, so we have low voltage. There's a video that I made on it. There's somebody shared this picture about how the wiring goes. So this is very useful if you're looking for something very specific. You can just type it in, see if somebody else had a similar question already, and then maybe get your answer right there, like right on the spot. So that is something that I hope provides value to you and that it can unlock even more value for you. And lastly, for the community, we have our live calls. And you see in the community, you have unlock your membership value right now. You can click on it. You have the Zoom link here, but also you can go into calendar and you can plan out the next week, for example. Like we have our Drive to Work Wednesday, our Zoom live call every Wednesday. It's usually at 8 p.m. We're going to change it back to 8 a.m. because that was successful and there's more light right now, so it's just easier. And wow, that will be Christmas. Well, I don't know who will be there, but okay. So this is all the live calls. Right now we're having additional ones. So if there's some other ideas, we had an idea of a co-consulting where you can just come on and ask questions and just collaborate with other technicians. So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know for sure. That's that. And then, oh yeah, the last one, which to personalize your notifications and stuff like that, you can go up here on your profile, you go on your settings, and you go into notifications. So you can see how you get notified. You can click on the community specifically. You see all of the communities that I'm part of. You go on change and you have notification settings. So email, this is like you get a digest of the week or the month or whatever you can choose. I usually have the admin announcements on in all the communities that I'm part of because I mean, obviously I'm the admin. I don't need to notify myself. But then you have event reminders and then you just click save down here. Also on the chat, you can see how you get notified. If you want to get notified if somebody sends you a DM or something, then leave it on. You can also turn it on or off for the community in general if you're getting too much messages. So that is that. Let's go back here and see if we have anything else. I think that was all I had for the community and the value in the community. really the three pillars of value that you have is you have the classroom, you have the community, and you have the live calls. And feel free in the community to engage. You can also look for members up here. You can go over here. You can see all the members. You can chat with them directly. You can go also into your leaderboards, see your personal, where you're at, how much you need for the next level. You can see the 7-day, 30-day, and the all-time leaderboard. And we also play every month a 30-day leaderboard, which I'm just going to show really quickly. December. This is what we're playing right now. And you can see we always have prizes. This is our December special. It's like more than usual. So if you want to take part in that, make sure you post, you share value, and then people like your comments and your posts, and then you level up. So I wanted to take a quick break here. Stop sharing and to see, is there any specific questions that any of you have on what I covered so far? You can just unmute or type in the chat, or we can pick it up and I can answer if you do.
I don't particularly have any questions. I think that what you explained is very clear. I feel like all the parts, I think it's very valuable because you have the courses, you have the different parts that you can participate on. So I feel like pretty good overall. I don't know if anybody else has any questions, but I feel like everything is pretty clear and pretty clear, clear. So
Nice.
that's good.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. Good to hear.
Yeah. I don't know if somebody else has anything else, but
No, it's okay. I mean, I'll just wait a minute or so, or that's like 30 seconds, and then you can either write in the chat or we'll just continue. That's okay. I mean, I'm gonna ask in the end again, so if you have something by then, you can just ask them. No, no worries. So I'll keep going for now. Next, I wanted to let's share again. Okay, here we go. So next, I wanted to cover the actual goal of the community, why I started it, and the purpose behind it. So, oh, it's over here. Okay, so we have over here. So the goal for the HVAC Game School community is, that's my far out goal, goal setting, to have the largest online HVAC community in the world, focused on personal growth as a technician and meaningful connections. And I really want to put focus on this personal growth as a technician and meaningful connections, because the more that I work in HVAC, the more connections I have with other technicians. And I have like I started out with basically no connections and just the my lead technician, the trade professional that I was working under. And now I have a list of people that I know. Okay, this guy knows refrigerant. This guy knows on this stuff. This guy is really good at just fixing it somehow and getting it up and running, and then we'll do the full repair later. So if I have a specific question, because I mean tech support used to be really good. Now I have a really hard time reaching tech support regularly. Sometimes like I think last week I had a call where I was waiting for tech support for 1 hour to call me back, and I was like, what do I do now? Like I need help. But personal connection, especially in the HVAC trade, is super, super helpful. I know people call me specifically for electrical and electrical troubleshooting, low voltage troubleshooting. So I guess that's kind of what I'm strong in. But as far as I've seen, a lot of technicians have something that they are really strong in, that they are more into, that they like more. Some people are more into refrigeration. Some people are more into bigger equipment, smaller equipment. Some people only like split systems. And then they get really good at a certain thing. Like somebody might be really into gas. So they know all the intricacies of gas and how to troubleshoot gas. So if I am working on package units in Texas all the time and I hardly ever get any gas heating calls, and I know somebody that works up north that always works in gas, then I'm like, okay, I'm here, I have this problem, and it might take me an hour to figure it out, and that guy does it all the time. So it takes him like 5 minutes. So I call him, I text him, and that is really why I like this focus on personal growth and meaningful connections. Because you start out, I started this community because I had a really hard time in the beginning to get the questions answered, or maybe to ask the right questions because I had a problem and maybe I didn't know what question to ask to get the right answer. But um, I had licensed air conditioning technician, plumber, and electrician on the site with us. So I could ask questions, but sometimes it was hard to really get the answer or to get the feedback or maybe ask the right person the right answer. And that's why I really want to focus on new technicians starting out because like in the classroom, we have the foundation of air conditioning. So if you have your foundation, you have a base that you can start learning from. And your growth as a technician doesn't really stop because the field is always expanding. There's always new technology. I know now we're changing. It's been going on, but we have a new refrigerant coming out and people are going into VRF systems. So you have like variable refrigerant flow, you have inverter systems, all of that you didn't have like 20 years ago. So the field is constantly expanding. And if you are not growing as a technician, then you're stagnating, you're falling behind. That's really why I put this focus here on personal growth, because in the community, you can just keep asking questions, you can keep connecting, and you keep getting questions answered. And that's my ultimate like long-term goal. And the purpose behind this is really to help growth-minded HVAC technicians, which is also very important, growth-minded, because a lot of the technicians that I know or that I meet, they learn a certain base, it gets them through the day, and then they don't really want to learn more, or they're not as engaged anymore, or they're like, I know everything that I need to know, I can fix the system, like I don't need to grow. But I don't think there has been a day in my 11 years where, maybe a few, but really hardly any days where I didn't learn something new or somebody called me to ask me a question or something. I saw something online. It's like, oh, that's a cool trick or something small or like a new piece of equipment, a tool, something that will help me. So really the purpose is to help growth-minded HVAC techs, new in the industry, 1 to 3 years, gain confidence in their troubleshooting skills through community, collaboration, and courses. So we have the courses. You can go through the courses, you can get your foundation, but then it's really in the collaboration and the community over here to unlock the full value and to unlock the full growth as a technician because you can just keep coming back and keep asking questions and be like, okay, and we're all growing at the same time because we're all keep working. So even though you're expanding, other people are expanding their knowledge as well. And then you can keep coming back and ask questions. And then maybe in the future, somebody asks you questions. So that's really why we have community, collaboration, and courses. And as I mentioned, we use the Skool platform. And in the future, I would like to have additional integrations, for example, like a email newsletter or something. So that's just for the future. And then we provide a safe space to ask questions, which is really important to me. I have been in Facebook groups. I'm active on social media. I know how hard it is if you get bad comments. And there is people that just, I don't know, they just love commenting stupid things. And unfortunately, a lot of people that I know, the focus goes onto the negativity. And even though you have like 80 positive comments, you have two that are negative, somehow the negative just gets into your head. And next time you post or the next time you want to ask a question, you not only have to overcome yourself, you also have to overcome the community, you have to overcome getting the question, and you have to overcome the negativity. So that will just put such a damper on you wanting to ask a question that many times you will just stop. So I really want to have a safe space to ask questions and ask any question, like even if it's like quote unquote like stupid. I don't think there's a stupid question. It's just how the question is phrased. Maybe we need more information. Maybe there's something else that we need to know. But I don't think there's a stupid question. And even if you need to ask the same question 2 or 3 times, like eventually you'll get it answered, but there shouldn't be any negativity around it. So that's one of the key elements. And then in the future, this is more like in the future, we organize in-person events to up your game. Oh yeah, your HVAC game. So that's for the future because I had people ask me already if we can organize events. And right now I'm still like expanding and growing. And once we have it down and we really have an action plan, we have a system, I would love to like, let's say we have a hotspot of an area where there's technicians, maybe like in Los Angeles or I know in Austin, I have I think 5 technicians in the community are between San Antonio and Austin. So that seems to be like where people are maybe gathering. So this could be either an event, could be like during the week, it could be like a weekend boot camp, it could be just for fun, it could be based on feedback in the community where you ask a question and then a lot of people are like, okay, I don't know flame control, for example. So then we organize an event on brazing and flame control and how to control the heat and how to get the optimal brazing. So that's really something that's I would love to have a vision for the future to organize in-person events where you can meet up and just improve skills, connect, just make more connections. And then this is the ultimate idea. So create HVAC pros who are confident and proud in their skill. Because that's really, I mean, I guess I don't know if that's just me, but that's really what I struggled with in the beginning is to be confident and also proud. Like I would always second guess my repair and have to like observe the equipment for like several weeks before I knew that it was good. And I was in facility services, like I was started out as a building engineer and facility services manager later. But in the beginning specifically, I'm like, I did a repair and then I had to like come back every day and like, look at the equipment and be like, did it work? Did it work? So that's really like once you know the foundation and you've seen it often enough, you just get the confidence by having done it over and over. So that's like the ultimate idea that I have behind this. And that's really the vision for the community and the goal, the purpose, why I'm doing this. And also obviously because I struggled in the beginning, so I would like to make it easier for new technicians, which right now is like the best opportunity for HVAC because a lot of the more seasoned technicians are retiring. And because of the social media, the internet, everybody wants to be working from home, be an influencer. Not enough technicians are coming into the field. So every year we're getting less and less technicians, but the demand for air conditioning is going like skyrocketing, specifically with data centers and computer, because those computers and those data centers, the server rooms, they generate so much heat and heat, you need to remove the heat. So you have air conditioning. You have all the food truck industry, like transporting food, like cooled air condition, cooled airplanes, trucks, hospitality. Like there's so much expansion, building new houses that the demand is just rising and rising and rising, and we don't have enough experienced technicians or new technicians to fill in the experienced technician's position. So it's a really good time to get into it, and I just want to do my part to maybe make it a little bit smoother, a little bit easier for you to start out as a new technician and just get those connections that help you in the future. And that's pretty much why I'm doing this, is the purpose, the mission, and then we'll go back here. That's what I had, I think. Let me just double check. But yes, that's what I had. So now I just want to open it up again for Q&A, see if somebody has a question now or if we're good. And yeah, it could be anything. I mean, if it's related to community, if it's not related to community, if you had a problem troubleshooting something during the week, if you have questions in regards to learning in general, just if there's any question. Otherwise, I think that's all that I wanted to cover, and we don't need to stay around on this beautiful Saturday. I mean, it's beautiful in Austin, Texas, but if we don't have to, so just let me know. Either just unmute or just post it in the chat, whichever you want. To say no or say yes. Where are you from, by the way? I'm in Austin. I know Victoria is in Austin as well. So Houston. Oh, nice. That's awesome. Yeah, we have technicians over there. That's cool. Okay. Well, thanks for joining. I don't need to necessarily extend it past whatever. I shared what I had to share. I hope I provided some value. I hope it helped you understand the Skool platform, the community, how to get the most value for yourself. And if you have questions, just post it in the community. Also, you can DM me if you have feedback on the community in general, if there's things that you like, if there is things that you find missing, or if you find things that could be improved. like don't hesitate. Like the more honest the feedback is, the better it is for me because then I can make the product better for you and just give you more value. So anyways, thanks for joining and have a good day. See you next time. Bye.